Good day, everyone. How are you and how are you doing? Welcome to week 4 of our English class. My name is Miss Sandra Balogun. Today we'll be discussing on following arguments efficiently, logical listening, argument comprehension, critical thinking, and decision making. Now, this topic will help you understand debate, speeches, essay, and exam passages better. Now, one of the objectives that I really want us to note is that at the end of the lesson, you're going to learn to know more. You're going to get better in following arguments effectively, in understanding argument structure, and also knowing how to apply critical thinking in decision making. So, before we move into today's lesson, we have to understand one very important basics, which is what arguments. What does arguments mean to you? So many of you will say arguments means to like have a one-on-one um issue or maybe a fight with somebody and all. But to me, argument is a set of reason given to support a claim or opinion. Now we all know what argumentative essay is. That not it's you either support the motion or you what oppose the motion. So it's not necessarily that argument has to be negative. It can be negative and what positive. Now argument is also a way of persuading others to accept an idea. Now that's for the argumentative essay I just finished saying. If you want somebody to actually understand for a fact that you're truly supporting the motion, you have to make people understand and you have to make people support your idea. So that's why so many people are opportune to either support the motion or what oppose the motion. For example, we all know that the school uniform is very compulsory, is that not it? Because they promote discipline and equality. So if you're in your school uniform, you'll be so identical. They will know, okay, yeah, this boy, this girl is from a particular school. So you are allowing them to support the notion that, oh yes, you're from this route. But if you're not, there will be a lot of ideas on people's head. Is this person a jambite? Is this person a lesson? Whatever. So arguments comes in when people need to support or either oppose an idea. Now we have structure of an argument. The first one is claim, we have reasons, and we have evidence. So what do I mean by claim? It means the main point or opinion about something. The reason is why the claim is true. Do not forget that the first major structure of an argument is what claim. And claim is the main point or opinion. And the second one is what reason. Now the reason is why the claim is true. So the last one is evidence, which is the facts, the example or statistics that support the reason. Now understanding the structure helps you follow arguments what easily. Now how do we follow arguments efficiently? Like how do we have to like understand this argument without being biased or without causing any roots down for? The first one is to what? Listen for the main claim. You have to listen, you have to pay attention, you have to focus, you have to be able to understand the fact at hand. The next one is to identify supporting reasons. You have to identify the supporting reason. Okay, these points are actually for what and what does they signify? And the next one is you must notice signal words like different kind of conjunctions that we have. So you have to notice signal words whenever there's an argument, which is what therefore, because, however, although, in conclusion. And always ask yourself, what is the speaker trying to prove? What you hear a speaker say in conclusion, so that means there is a point after that, there's a point after everything that the speaker have actually stated. So in conclusion can actually serve as in addition to what I've stated above or in addition to every point that I've stated. So once you hear a speaker say in conclusion, so that means the speaker is about to wrap up every of his or her points, but there is a fact in that conclusion. Let us furthermore go into what we know as logical listening. What does logical means? Logical listening means listening carefully. Listening what? Carefully. Now, if you're being logical, that means you're being direct. You're not being biased. You are somebody that loves analysis. You like to break things. That is being logical. So whenever you're always using the word in every sentence. I am being logical, I'm being factual, I am being this. So that means you're trying to say that logically this is what is going on at that moment in time. So now logical listening means what? Listening carefully. It also means what? Analyzing the reasoning. It also means what? Checking if the argument makes sense. It involves thinking while listening. You can't just listen. You have to listen logically. As you're listening, you have to think about it. Okay, if I support this idea, to what end is this going to bring to me? So now it is very, very important that as a good speaker or as a good listener, you use your logical listening. All right, so we have features of logical listening. The first one is identifies assumption. So a good logical listener must identify assumption. So when people are assuming things, you get to predict it and you get to like speak about it. You're assuming about this thing. This is not factual enough. So as a good logical listener, you will get to what? Identify what? Assumption. The next one is it detects contradiction. So if there is something that is contradicting each other, maybe a speaker was actually speaking and then you feel, oh yeah, there's a contradiction, you will easily get to the root of the matter because what you're using your logical what listening ears. All right, it also detects what contradiction. I think I said that earlier. It distinguishes facts from opinion. There's a difference between facts and opinion. Opinion is just more of a contribution from somebody, while fact is what? The main idea of what actually happened. You are so sure about it that this is what happened. For instance, there's an accident that happened, and then you are there and you know how it actually went. You know whatever thing that happened. So technically, you are the eyewitness in that event that actually occurred. So now let's now look into opinion. And me that I've never been there, I didn't even know what actually happened, and I'm staying in my house saying, "Ah, what if the accident did not happen?" Bro, that is an opinion. You were not there, you were never there. So you don't give an opinion unless if it's a fact. All right, so the last one is question weak reasoning. So, as a good logical listener, you'll be able to recognize what question weak reasoning. So, logical listening prevents you from being what easily misled. So, if you use your logical thinking or your logical listening ears, it will what prevent you from being easily misled. For so many people that are always bringing stale news. What do I mean by stale news? News to take. So sorry for using that language for those of you that don't understand Yoruba. What I mean is that news that are no longer in vogue, news that is no longer the business of the day, then you're not bringing it back. I think I was going through some TikTok posts and then I saw one particular post of a particular blogger. What actually happened in the video has been for a very long time. This is not a story of 8 to 9 years or 10 years. And you're not posting it in 2026. My love, what are you trying to put? Are you trying to tarnish the image of somebody that sports like how many years ago? So please, as a good logical listener, please make sure that you use your words logically, and please make sure that before you decide some things, you logically decide it so that it will prevent you from being misled. All right, so let's look into the common logical errors. So we call them fallacies. And the first one is hasty generalization. It means making conclusion from little evidence. Now, you've not gotten the full evidence, just slight evidence, and you've concluded on it. It is very, very wrong. The second one is bandwagon appeal, which is what everyone is doing it. Okay, people are actually doing this thing. I also want to do it. I want to do whatever thing that is in vogue. It is wrong. Emotional appeal, using feelings instead of facts. So many people they're always saying you're using emotional something to blackmail me. Yeah, you're using your emotional thing to blackmail me. It is very wrong. False cause. Assuming one thing cause another without proof. You already think about it. Yeah. I know that it is Khadija that ought Kiniko. You were never there. What if Khadija was never in the scene? So why do you quickly predict this that okay that was what actually happened? It is wrong. So as a student, you must learn to identify this in debate and essays. So many of us, whenever we have been given assignments like debate and essays, debate is also essays now. Whenever you've been given essays, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we have a lot of essays. So we can still say debate and essays, yeah. We still have narrative, expository, so many kind of essays. So we're still very much on the road. So you might be asked to identify all of these things in debate and essays. So imagine you're being asked to like speak on teachers are better than doctors. And then on your head, you just assume it that doctors can teach. What if doctors cannot teach? You don't assume things until you have facts about these things. So now imagine that you say, okay, according to Nelson Mandela, he said kiniko kiniko. Fine. We all know that okay, this is very much correct. So that will help you better to actually learn all of this basics. So now let's actually look into the cocoa of the day. What do I mean by the cocoa of the day? Like the main deal of the day, which is what argument comprehension. What did I say? Argument comprehension. So what is argument comprehension? It means understanding the speaker claim, identifying supporting evidence, evaluating the strength of the argument. So now this skill is very, very important in comprehension passages and objective tests. So you have to be able to underline what argument comprehension is. So do not forget that in argument comprehension, it helps to understand the speaker claim. Yes, what the speaker is speaking all about or what the speaker represents, and identify supporting evidence and evaluating the strength of the argument. Now, how do you analyze an argument? The first thing to do is to ask yourself, Sandra, what is the main claim? Kilo wa nípa? What is it all about? And then ask yourself again, what reasons are given? What evidence supports it? Is the evidence reliable? Is there a counter argument? I think there is a very common story that is going on TikTok now. I'm so sorry I had to like brush to that. Yeah, there's a particular lady, Mirabelle. She came online claiming that she was raped, and then she was caught with a face bleed. Many ladies that have hair on their faces, there's always a permanent face bleed that they use to like shape the hair. So she claimed that the rapist actually used that to like cut her before he raped her. Until this evening, I started seeing videos again saying she lied. She just came, she just like plan everything on her head. And I'm on my head, I'm like, even very dark man, everybody already coming for her, rooting for her, saying she should come to Abuja, saying she should do this and that. So it is very, very important that your evidence are what's reliable. So many bloggers have carried it. But there's a particular blogger that she kept on insisting that she still do not believe what just happened. Because according to the storyline, she was saying this person passed through. So after getting to the house of this lady, the security was 100%. The kind of house that she lived and the way she said, I think the guy pushed her or something, and then she hit her head on the door or something. And then the length from her bed to the door is quite very far. So there was some controversies. So your evidence has to be what's reliable. All right. So let us look into arguments in exam questions. So how do you recognize arguments in exam question? The first one is that you have to identify the writer's opinion. You have to state the central idea. You have to explain the writer argument and provide your own view. Now, understanding arguments improve what's your performance. If you understand arguments, it will help you what improve your performance. All right, so we're going to be discussing on the meaning of critical thinking. So, critical thinking means thinking deeply and logically, evaluating information before accepting it, making fair and informed judgment. That means you don't just make a decision, you don't jump into conclusion, you don't just make judgments or just decide something on your own without what critical thinking, because it involves analysis, reasoning, and evaluation. Never forget, critical thinking involves what? Number one, analysis, yes. Number two, reasoning, good. And number three is what? Evaluation. It involves analysis, reasoning, and evaluation. Thank you very much. So, what are the steps in critical thinking? Number one, it identify the problem, gathers information, analyze the information, consider different perspectives, make a reasoned decision. So, if you're a critical thinker, you'll be able to identify any problem seems to be seems to be a problem. There's some problems that are even above problem. I'm so sorry to use that word. So now, if you're a critical thinker, it will help you to what? identify the problem, to also help you to what, gather information from different sources, from the library, from the school, from your church, from your this. Sometimes even if you're in church and you're studying the environment, you get to realize that there's something fishy about this. That is one thing I respect about people that study investigative journalism. I did it as a borrowed course when I was still in school, and I know how sweet that course is. I will not lie to you. So please, let us not slide into that. Anyways, let us come back home. All right. So a critical thinker will be able to what, make a reasoned decision. He or she will not just decide on his or her own, or just think, okay, let me just do this out of the blues. It is impossible, just like one of my friends used to say, it is impossible. So as a critical thinker, you will always what, reason what, before you decide. All right, so what is decision making? Decision making is choosing the best decision after careful thought. I'm trying to take it little by little so that you can understand it so very well. Decision making is what, choosing the best decision after careful thought. I love that definition so much. It is so simple but very, very, very explanatory. And the main reason why I say this is because as a good decision maker, you have to be logical, you have to be somebody that focuses on evidence based, you don't have to be emotional. Anything emotion should not involve your decision making at all, and you'll be well informed. Good decision will help you to be what, well informed. So now let us move into why students need critical thinking. As a student, why do you need critical thinking? The first one is that students need critical thinking to avoid peer pressure. I want to be like my friend. I want to be better than my friend. I want to be good than my friend. I want to shine than my friend. I want to do this. Fine, it's okay to think that way. But once you're always like, I want to be like this person. I must become what this person has become. There's already a problem somewhere. But critical thinking will help you to what, avoid what, peer pressure. It will also make you wise when it comes to academic choices. It will give you a moment of reasoning whenever you're about to choose one thing or the other for yourself academically. The next one is that it helps you understand political and social issue and also to succeed in university and career life. For your class activity, you have to read a short argumentative paragraph and identify the what, the claim, the reasons, and the evidence. So now you are also to explain whether the argument is strong or weak, whether the argument is positive or what, negative. In summary, we've been able to understand the meaning and structure of arguments, logical listening, argument comprehension, critical thinking, and what, decision making. Now, this skill will help you become intelligent, analytical, and confident thinkers. In conclusion, do not forget, what did I say? Do not forget that not everything you hear is correct. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó bá gbọ́ náà ni ó correct. I hope I'm correct with that, my Yoruba. So not everything you hear is correct. Learn to listen logically, think critically, and decide what's wisely. Learn to listen what? Logically, good. You have to think what? Critically, and decide what? Wisely. Now that is the mark of what? An educated person. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I will see you again next week. Do have a great day. My name is Miss Sandra Balogun.